Hallo, mijn naam is Chelsea Durban. Ik zit in klas 2B. Dit gaat mijn presentatie worden voor het vak Engels en het gaat over mensenhandel. Did you know that there are currently more than 27 million slaves right now around the world? Did you know that there are that 20 million of those are forced into the sex slavery? Did you know that more than 30,000 die every year because of torture, because of suicide, because of abuse? Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming. My name is Chelsea Durban. Right now I'm a student at the Hague University and I'm studying human rights. Today I want to talk about the subject human trafficking. This presentation will take 10 minutes and after the presentation there's time to ask some questions. My question for today is what do you know about human trafficking? Are there people around here who already know something about human trafficking because you've heard it on the news, because you saw some documentations or... En nu vraag ik het dus aan de mensen. First, I want to help you to get a clear picture about what human trafficking is and how it is done. Then I want to give a story about a girl, a true story about a girl whose name is Mariah, who's been a slave in the sex industry. Then I want to give you a history about the subject, and I want to give you some statistics. And at the end, I want to talk about an organization who fights against human trafficking. Human trafficking is a form of modern slavery today. It's actually that human beings are forced into labor or commercial sex purpose. Every year, millions of men, women, children are victims of human trafficking. Victims are often lured with false promises, well-paying jobs, or are manipulated by their family. Instead of, the big dream, they come into a nightmare. And that happened with Mariah. Mariah, she's 16 years old and from a poor family in Kiev. She's looking for a job, opportunities and answers to one in Turkey. In Turkey, she had handed out her passport and documentations to her host, which is not unusual. She went back to her hotel room to rest. And soon after, 4 men dressed in police uniforms burst into her room and gang raped her. This was the beginning for Mariah in the sex industry. From here, she was trafficked into Greece, violated, hurting and alone with no documents, nowhere to go. This is just one of the story from all those 20 million people who are forced into the sex industry. I think we need to get aware about this. The history about human trafficking. In 1789, William Wilberforce delivered his first major abolition speech. That was in 1789. In 1833, the British Empire legally abolished slave trade. In 1861, America went war over the issue of slavery. You know, we think that slavery is already abolished in the 19th century, but that's not true, because right now there are more than 27 million people and slaves, and that makes that it's the largest smuggling business in the world. Actually, in 2010. Was human trafficking the largest crime in the world. The overwhelming majority of those trafficked into slavery are women and children, lured, stolen and raped. And the average age of victims is 14 years old. Actually, they also have found a girl from the age 5. So it means that it's 14 because there are also young girls, especially in Indonesia, who are trafficked. Did you know that Europe is the prime destination? Greece, Germany, France, Netherlands, Poland, Italy. You know, those are the prime destinations for human traffickers. But there's an organization who wants to help, and that's 821. 821 is an organization who fights against human trafficking. They have got 3 main points, and one of them is gift prevention. They prevent trafficking through awareness. Through awareness and education. They go into schools, they go to universities, and they tell the young people how to recognize human traffickers. They tell how it works, they tell everything about it. You know, they want to equip young people to avoid to become victims. The second thing that they do is they save, protect and help victims. So they save, protect and help victims. They save victims. When they get them, they save victims. They bring them to shelters and transition homes. Those facilities are safe places for survivors to feel empowered to live in freedom, because they were so long, you know, like feeling in jail, but now they are in freedom. They want to move trafficking survivors past crisis to stabilization. They were used to work every day, and they're not allowed to say something about their own body. But 821 gives them the opportunity to live in freedom, to say what they want to say, to give colors to their own world. They want to move trafficking survivors past crisis to stabilization, equip them with skills they can use in the future. They help them to read things, but also to apply to jobs and all that kind of stuff, so that when they come out, they can go into the world and, you know, start and forget the past. And they want to help them to make new steps, you know, to help them to get, you know, back on track, and help them to, you know, with everything. You know, they need to go back to work, they need to go back to school, whatever. They need to go back to the family. Maybe their family are just disappointed in them. They need to get, they need to get used to all, you know, the normal life. The first main point is they help with prosecution. They prosecute traffickers and strengthen the legal response to human trafficking. They provide legal counsels to every victim in their care, and represent them in criminal proceedings. You know, they think that the victims are special. That they number one of them are the victims, but they also, you know, fight for justice. They want that those traffickers end in jail. So that's why I think it's a good conversation. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming. Are there any questions left you want to ask? No.